It's Dylan Bowker here with BTC Fight Promotions, BTC 6, just wrapping up here, and I'm joined by handsome Scott Hudson with some beautiful hardware there. How's it going, man?
Fantastic.
And I got to wonder how you're feeling. Is there any kind of redemptive quality to this because of the Kyle Preplik fight where you were competing for the super lightweight title, now you've actualized it into reality?
I wouldn't say it's redemption because I didn't beat Kyle for the belt.
No, but like you overcame the adversity and now you secured the championship.
Yeah, to be honest with you, it would be a lot sweeter to like rematch and beat Kyle for this belt. But that's not an option, and it's not an option because he was successful enough to go where we're all trying to go. So I feel justified, but redemption's not the right word, I don't think.
What would be the right word to describe it, you think?
I think I'm justified. I think it's a good fit for where I'm at in my career right now. I don't think it's redemption.
And you mentioned your opponent here, Dewan Pickney. I mean, a savvy veteran and everything like that, close to 30 fights and everything like that. What was your assessment of his skills, both prior to the fight and from what you could tell inside of the cage?
I knew he was really dangerous. He's really heavy-handed. Some things that were unexpected in the fight, that he was very strong, he was very dense, and it was really hard to move him with strikes. There was a couple times where I was throwing really hard, powerful kicks at his body, kicks at his legs, and I wasn't really getting the reaction that I wanted out of him. And I think that's what led to allowing him to put pressure on me.
And the guillotine choke seems to be a favorite. I noticed he got that at a couple prior BTCs. He got the old triple threat now. So yeah, the guillotine choke. Is that the finishing move? Is that like the key maneuver for you think?
I was telling a couple people last week that it's never been one of my strongest submissions, but it's something that I've been putting into my game a lot lately. Like I know it's a pretty rudimentary submission that you learn really early on in jiu-jitsu, but I think that just given my frame and given where people tend to put their head in MMA fights, like it's relatively available for me. Yeah.
And you've got a good track record. Fought on all BTC cards up to this point. Do you want to keep that track record going right up until the end of the calendar year, you're thinking? Or
I'm going to miss the August BTC because I'm getting married. And
it's kind of important, more important than fighting, I think.
It's more important than fighting, yeah. So I'm going to go and marry my fiance, and then I'm going to come back in November. Or I'm going to really push to get on this UFC Edmonton card in the summer.
Yeah, for sure. And you've been kind of all around the scene, like Score Fighting Series, Havoc FC, and World Series of Fighting and all that. Where does BTC stack up in terms of some of the other promotions that you've performed for? So it was a great show tonight, for sure.
Yeah, it's the best. Like, BTC has my back. They have my best interest in mind. They want to, put their fighters to the next level. And there's no favoritism. Like, they're bringing in tough guys. Like this time last year, I wanted to step up. I wanted to fight Kyle. They brought him in. Eventually fell short. But they're always putting me in the best position to be successful and getting me the fights that are going to get me to the next level. And obviously, fighting an experienced fighter like Dewan, it kind of solidifies my place here. There's not exactly a lot of Canadian fighters banging down my door for these fights.
Yeah, but they're getting some tough opponents, like we said, Dewan Pickney, like really seasoned individual and everything like that. But I'm kind of curious, as far as the training goes, 'cause I notice you create certain training programs for people. How does that inform your own efforts as a fighter to be able to impart, wisdom onto people? Does it make you a better fighter, more comprehensive martial artist at all?
It does, because it forces me to think about everything a lot more. Like, I have to put a lot more thought into technique, into programs when I'm not training myself. So there's another layer, and I've been coaching for 3 years now, but it did definitely change my entire outlook on combat sports in general, and it's definitely beneficial.
Yeah, absolutely. I love teaching people things. I find I learn in my own respective endeavors too. It's great. But I'm curious if you have any parting thoughts you want to add to the listeners and the viewers as we're wrapping up here, man.
I'm happy as pig in shit right now. I just want to go out and celebrate this victory. To be honest with you, it wasn't the cleanest performance, but I did what I had to do to get the job done. I'm just going to enjoy this. I'm going to enjoy my summer. I'm going to take a little bit of a break because I think this is my fourth fight in 11 months or something like that. So I think I've earned a little break. And like I said, I'm getting married this summer, and I just want to kind of enjoy the Canadian summer and, just train at my leisure and get back at it in the fall.
I'm curious what you think you can improve on, though. You mentioned it wasn't necessarily the cleanest performance. What were areas you think you can improve in for the next one?
Coming into that at distance, I felt like there was a couple times where he was firing big shots on my way out, and me being a little bit reluctant to get sort of in boxing range. I feel like I do really, really well close in, and because of my reach, I do really, really well from the outside. So it's sort of that gray area that I think I need to improve in the most. I'm confident in my boxing, but the risk between like a clinch and kickboxing range is what's most dangerous for me, I find right now. So that's like an area of improvement, and I think it's just a confidence thing.
Absolutely. A lot of confidence probably coming from that belt, though. BTC 6, Super Lightweight Champion. Great show. It's Dylan Bowker with BTC Fight Promotions.